Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, it's 2 days after Super Bowl 55, so how do you feel at this point? You've slept a couple of times. Type B if you're feeling better about things. Type W if you're feeling worse and you're like, man, I haven't stopped drinking the Heinekes since that game. Let me know what you guys are feeling in the comment section. I'm feeling better. I'm looking ahead to next season. Feeling good about the Chiefs. Type B for better. Type W for worse. Things could be worse. You made the damn Super Bowl. We got a big video planned for you guys starting right now. You're watching the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. You can give me a follow on Twitter at HGrahamNFL for more NFL and Chiefs updates. Today's show, 2021 Chiefs free agents. Kansas City has 24 guys entering free agency. They'll have to make some decisions on those players in the next month or two. So let's go ahead and start. No quarterbacks are free agents. Chad Henne, Pat Mahomes under contract. Matt Moore was a practice squad guy, so technically he doesn't count. Running backs, though, you got three if you include the fullback Anthony Sherman. Darrel Williams, who's a restricted free agent. I think he'll probably be back. Le'Veon Bell, we'll see about him. And then Anthony Sherman, the fullback, I would guess they re-sign him to a one-year minimum deal. They like using the fullback somewhat frequently in this offense, so I would imagine if he wants to keep playing that he will be back in Kansas City. But let's focus on those first two guys. Remember, Damian Williams will be back next year unless the Chiefs want to cut bait with him, so I don't think there's room for both these guys. Pick a running back, type LB for Le'Veon Bell, type DW for Darrel Williams. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going Darrel Williams. He was a much better player down the stretch of this season. I don't think Bell's back. Give me DW for Darrel Williams. Go to the wide receiver position, three free agents, Demarucs Robinson, Sammy Watkins, and then Byron Pringle, who's an exclusive rights free agent. We saw him get more and more opportunities in the playoffs and held his own. Exclusive rights free agents can be retained for very, very cheap. I expect him to be back on a cheap deal. We'll see about D-Rob and Sammy Watkins. I mean, is it possible Watkins' value has just plummeted and you can get him back for a cheapish one-year deal? We'll have to wait and see. Pick a wide receiver if you had to roll with one of these guys. Type SW for Sammy Watkins, type DR for Demarucs Robinson. Obviously, if all things were equal, you'd rather have Watkins, even with the injury concerns, but it's going to come down to money. So let me know what you guys think, SW or DR. The tight end position, Deon Yelder is a restricted free agent. We'll see if he is back. Obviously, Travis Kelce's your top guy. I do think the Chiefs need to figure out a better number 2 tight end situation because they signed Ricky Seals-Jones. That didn't really work out. Deon Yelder, Nick Keiser, who's an exclusive rights free agent. I would expect he's back because he'll be back for very cheap as he is an ERFA. But I think he's more of a number 3 tight end. I'd be curious to see if Brett Veach explores the open market to get a number 2 tight end behind Travis Kelce because it's a major drop-off, which it's going to be with Kelce, but you need a little bit better from your number 2 tight end, in my opinion. So Yelder and Keiser, your free agent tight ends there. Chiefs free agency news and rumors all off-season long. Of course, we'll have draft coverage. We'll do some mailbags. Tons of fun planned for you guys. Don't be bummed out because you lost the Super Bowl. It's just time to chase another one, and that starts this offseason. So hit that big red button and subscribe today. We'll keep you guys up to date on the Kansas City Chiefs all offseason long. Go to the offseason. The offensive line, obviously we're in the offseason. The Super Bowl's over. Got to figure things out up front. Eric Fisher, Mitchell Schwartz both have injury concerns as well, so they're not even mentioned on this. Andrew Wiley, Kelechi Osemele, he tore tendons in both his knees. It's very possible his career is in jeopardy. Mike Rimmers, yikes, that was a rough Super Bowl. Austin Reiter, Daniel Kilgore at center. Probably pick one of those guys to be your center next year. We'll have to wait and see. I think if you bring back Wiley, it has to be as a guard. He did not play well at right tackle in the Super Bowl, so we'll see on that front. Maybe you bring him back as a rotational type of guard. I don't know if you want him starting. Remember, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif should be back next year as one of your starting guards. Plus, Lucas Niang, the rookie opt-out, he might compete for a starting spot as well. Spam F in the chat if you thought the Chiefs' O-line was just garbage against the Buccaneers. I think we all did. Now, when you have backups, this is kind of what you get, but man, have a little bit more physicality and pride. Type F for it was effing awful against Tampa Bay. Yikes. I hope Mike Rimmers burns that tape because that was a bad performance from him at left tackle. Let's go to the defensive side of things. Alex Okafor, Taco Charlton, Tano Passanio, Mike Pennell, your 4 free agent defensive linemen, obviously 3 defensive ends there. Passanio kicks inside sometimes as well. We'll see if they bring back Pennell for a 3rd season. He was a free agent last year. They brought him back. I thought Taco Charlton did some good things before he went down with injury. I'd like to see him get another opportunity on a 1-year deal, compete in training camp, see if he can make the roster. Alex Okafor, when he's healthy, he's pretty productive, but he does have some injury concerns. He's kind of like the Sammy Watkins of the defense. When he's out there, he's pretty good. He's just not out there nearly enough. We've got a few more players we'll talk about, but first, get going with BetUS. I know football season's over, but you can bet on the NBA, you can bet on baseball once that rolls around. Also, we already got Super Bowl 56 odds and the NHL as well. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125. Chiefs are favorites to win it next year, plus 500 odds. Bucks and Packers coming in at plus 900. Bills at plus 1,100, and then the Ravens and the Rams at plus 1,200. Lay $10 on the Chiefs. If they win it all next year, you'll win $50. If they don't, you'll forget you put down $10 anyway. It's a win-win. Get going at BetUS. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125. That's going to get you a 125% deposit bonus. Football season's over, but there's still money to be made at BetUS. How about the linebacker position? Darrel Wilson, who's been one of your key starters the past couple of seasons. 73 tackles this past year, 4 TFLs. 1 forced fumble. We'll see on him. I'm not really optimistic that they'll bring him back, and he's just not really that great at this point. Decent player, veteran, knows how to play, but I'm guessing he is gone, but we'll have to wait and see. Ben Niemann, another guy, we saw him play more and more down the stretch. Did some good things. I wanted to see Willie Gay play more before Gay got hurt, but they opted to go with Niemann more often than not. So we'll see what his status is. I believe he's a restricted free agent as well. So we will see. He is a restricted free agent, I'm being told. So we'll see if the Chiefs decide to bring him back or if they tender him. We'll have to wait and see. Dan Sorensen, fan favorite. Productive player, obviously not the best coverage guy, but he tends to make plays in key areas. I'm curious to see what his market is. Hitting free agency at age 30, coming off a couple of good seasons. Almost had 100 tackles last year. 3 picks, 5 PBUs. Pretty productive. If I'm Kansas City, I'm not overpaying, though, because Juan Thornhill started to get more and more healthy toward the end of the season. Pick one to re-sign. A couple of vets who've done a lot for this team, but could be on the go. Type 1 for Darrel Wilson, type 2 for Dan Sorensen. You got to pick one, which money could be tight for Kansas City. Let me know which one you are picking right now. And then you look at cornerback, and I think, on the offensive side, it'll be offensive line and a little bit at receiver. Defensive side, the focus will be corner. What do they do with some of these guys? Alex Brown, a exclusive rights free agent, more of a special teams guy. We'll see if he's back. Tarvarius Ward is restricted, which means you can place a tender on him. We'll see if a team tries to go take a swing at him. He was pretty up and down this year. Antonio Hamilton, a really good special teams player there. And then Bashaud Breeland, who is probably your best veteran corner there, considering L'Jarius Sneed was just a rookie this year. Yeah, and he was not very good in the Super Bowl against Mike Evans. But overall, Breeland was pretty solid in 2020. Should they re-sign him? Type Y for yes, type N for no. We'll see about Tarvarius Ward. Like I said, they could tender him. Who knows? Y for yes, you want Breeland back. N for no. Either way, I think L'Jarius Sneed takes a leap and is your number 1 corner in 2021. And whatever happens with these guys, if they re-sign him, if they let him go, we're going to keep you up to date here on the channel. The link is down below. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Go to that link, hit that subscribe button, then turn on those notifications. Click that bell, select all. That way you never miss a video here on the Chiefs Report. I get it. It sucks. The Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, but the drive to Super Bowl 56 gets going today. So go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.